What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's time for roster update number 4? 3. 4. 3? 4. All right, had to check my sheet. It's time for roster update number 4. It is Thursday night. Update comes out tomorrow. I'm a little late on this video. If you're a subscriber to my Twitch channel, though, you did get the full list on Wednesday. They need to be out earlier in the week. I understand that. I was good on the last one and then slagged on this one again. Pardon me. I have a better system now to where when I do it, it doesn't take as long. Like two updates ago, update 2 took forever because I was doing my old process and it was bad. I have a new process now and it's better. I just wasn't able to start it over last weekend, and that's why it took a few extra days. So I apologize. It's just excuses. I mean, listen, I get it. I got to be earlier, but there's still some good margins on these guys, on some of them not. Some of them, they had no good margins on Sunday, you know, so it's not like, you know, if I'd gotten this out, you could have still gotten like Aaron Nola or Pete Alonso. Like everyone had them going diamond off rip. And actually, let's start. Those are my first 2 diamond calls. I think again, the market's been pretty well situated on. Actually Nola still has a pretty decent. I mean, there's some margin here, especially if he goes to, if he could go to 86. That'd be a really nice margin. But even if he goes to 85, it's quick sell 3,000. You can still get something on him. I do have him going diamond. He's been pretty diamondy all season. And 0 walks and 6.3 hits, 9 this period should finish it off. And then I mentioned his division mate, Pete Alonso, who I think is definitely going in. Yeah, the market is definitely already there. Now, if you're not already in, you probably shouldn't get in. I have a hard time recommending something at that high of a price. If you are a big baller budget and you want to try to get in and get, you know, hold and hope that he goes to like 88, 89, you can, but that's risky. I would not do that. Especially because I don't think he's going 88, 89 tomorrow. So you'd have to wait 2 more weeks anyway. It's just not worth it. If you weren't in on Pete, you missed out. This one I think is also already kind of situated on my other new diamond here, but I want to look. Devers, yeah. And so again, the market was already there on Devers and Alonso, but you can get a little edge on Nola. May Lightning, no surprise there. I don't want to waste too much time on it because people already know. And then I did have a couple other diamonds on my main sheet. My full sheet has 5 diamonds. Total, I'm giving you all 3 of them. If you're subscribed to my Twitch, you get the full list, plus the discussion in our Discord with everything. Lots of good investing stuff. Sorry, there's some sound coming through my monitor, and I don't want to hear it. Pardon me. Now, we move on to an 84, who is currently, he's an 84 and he's going to stay there. But I wanted to talk about him in case there were questions about ALEK MANOAH. Now, you see the market thinks he's going to get there. I'm not quite sure, because I think it gets nooched. And if you're new here, nooched is our little goofy term that we mean for neutral, where they don't go up, they don't go down. They get some upgrades some places, some downgrades elsewhere, and they remain the same. So neutral, obviously, and that's where nooched comes from if you don't know the terminology. But I do think he does get nooched. He had 0.7 walks 9 this period, but 8.7 hits. So I think we'll see the BB9 go up a little bit, but the hits 9 come down, counterbalance it. No go. He is still a diamond hold for sure. Like, I do believe he can get diamond at some point this year, but I just don't think it's coming tomorrow. Another guy who I think is just gonna miss, but he'll actually go up a point, but it's Nasty Nestor. He's been just amazing, and I don't even think it's a lock that he gets +1 tomorrow, but I do think he's on the diamond cusp no matter what. 1.8 walks, 5.4 hits. Now, he did have a strikeout dip this period, but I still think there's enough here, especially with the walk rate, to get him +1 and set up diamond for Nasty Nestor. The market's kind of already on diamond, so what we want, the best, if you're not already in on Nestor, the best case for investment here is that he doesn't go tomorrow and then the market crashes on him and we can get in then. I'm going to go ahead and sell a couple, though. I'm just going to take my profit, because the thing of it is, if he doesn't go, I'm already... Oh, did somebody already move it? Oh, I put it in the 50. Wow, I am an idiot. I was like, did I do the 50 there? Was that me? I did do that, right? Yeah, okay, just making sure. Anyway, so yeah, I got him going to 84, but he is setting up for diamond. I'm going to stay here, even though it's out of order. I'm going to stay here with Seb. I do have him going gold. I've got him for a nice big 3-point boost as well, going up to an 81, 12.2K, 2 walks, and 2 hits per 9. 2 walks per 9, 2 hits per 9 this period. That should be easy for gold. He needs a nice big update. He's been pretty great. He looks back, man. He really does, and that's awesome. Luis Severino's is really fun to watch. Unless you're a fan of another team in the division, I don't know why you wouldn't enjoy watching Luis Severino. I'm not even a Yankees fan, and I still really watch. I enjoy watching when he's beasting and feasting. So I got him going up to an 81, even beating the base gold. I've been trying to be better about that. I didn't do it perfectly on this one, but I'm trying to be better about saying when guys are going to go over 80. Because it used to be, if they go gold, who cares? But now, with the quick sell price changes, y'all want to know if they're going 81, 82, 83. So I'm trying to be more specific there, and I do think Severino can go 81. Let's stick with another 84. This guy's going from 83 to 84 in my opinion. But he does set up for a potential diamond for sure. And that's Harrison Bader. Now, he is at, like I said, he's at 83 right now. I do have him going up +1. Small contact boost because he's hitting 394 against righties. Only 286, but he only has a 38 contact. So a 286 against lefties should get a boost. So I think contact, a little bit of boost in both contact sides, will set up an 84. And then the beauty with this guy, and I talk about this with other guys like him, Kiermaier was another example, but Bader's a better version of Kiermaier. So Bader's kind of the gold standard here right now. They don't need that much offense to go diamond because their defense and speed are so huge. So his hitting profile doesn't even have to be off the charts. I'm holding Bader for diamond. Even if he doesn't get it tomorrow, which I don't expect, I'm only expecting +1, but even if he doesn't get that +1, I'm holding, I'm doubling down, I'm getting more. The price is, he's priced to buy, and I'm sticking around. This was one of my big breakout picks coming into the year. I'm not going anywhere. Another 84, this guy getting 2 points boosted, a 2-point boost for me tomorrow though, is Wilson Contreras. He has been out of his gourd, so is his brother. In fact, I'll do his brother's update after this, go out of order again a little bit just because the theme there with the two brothers. He's crushing righties and lefties with 4 homers in this period, 326 average, 391 ISO, which is slugging minus average. That gets to the heart of your power, so 391 is excellent. With him hitting like this, he is destined for diamond. So if he gets the 2 points tomorrow, obviously his price will go up. If you believe that Contreras can get diamond, you should get in now because things are only going to go up from here. And right now, the market, this is already projecting a jump because even if you get in on a buy order, you're paying more than what an 83 would deliver. So it seems like the market kind of agrees that he's going to go at least to 83, 84. So right now, if you're not in, the only way you would get in right now is if you believe in diamond. Otherwise, you're not going to have any value because if he goes to 1,500 tomorrow, you don't want a quick sell after paying like 1,240 for somebody. I don't think that's enough margin there. So you have to believe he's going diamond if you don't have Contreras already, or else you've missed the boat. Or Wilson, I should say. Wilson Contreras, because I can't just say Contreras because we've got another one. Let's go to his brother real quick, over to Atlanta, who's been killing it this year as well, doing a great imitation of Big Bro. I got him going up 2 points to 77. He's hitting 364 with 1 homer this period. Will eventually go gold if he keeps hitting like this, was the note that I put in my list, and I totally agree with that. So again, look at the pricing. He is definitely priced to buy easily right now because if he goes gold, that's a quick sell of 400, and you can be all right with that. Like that's plus 300 there or thereabouts. So we'll say plus 250, depending on how the price goes from here. Or obviously, if you rip some off the buy now, you're going to cut into your margins, but you could still gain when he goes gold. For tomorrow, if he goes to 77, his quick sell is only going to be 100. So you're not quick selling until he goes gold right now. But the way he's hitting, he could go gold next period. So I like William Contreras. Now let's get back on track, go back into the golds. I tell you what, man, this guy, he just got hit with a loss. He's going to recoup that loss, in my opinion, and that's Cleveland's own Shane Bieber. He got hit for a -2 last time out. I think he's going to get it right back. He has a 6.6 hit 9, 1.2 BB 9, and 9.6 Ks this period. He does need a strikeout surge to get diamond. I don't think he's going to get to diamond without finding some more of the strikeouts that he's had in the past. Now, he simply isn't as dominant as Bieber of past. Like, that much is clear with the velo down and everything. But I think there's this, like, behavior and sort of reaction to him as if he's much worse than previous Bieber, when that's just not true. Yes, the velo's down and that does matter, but the actual core skills are still excellent. He's actually improved his walk rate from last year. He has the same hit rate. The strikeout rate is the part that's really down. He's lost 3 strikeouts off of his K9 from last year, 12.5 to 9.4. He needs to get some of that back to go diamond, but I do like him right now to go to 83. And he, 83, 84 is definitely in play for tomorrow. And then let's see, where's his price right now? You can quick sell off of that. So you can get in on Bieber right now and quick sell and still make a profit. In fact, I'm going to rip a few off the top here just because I'm in the middle of a video and the price margins between the two sides aren't that different. So let me just rip a few here and get a handful. And now it's about 27 point difference. So it's still not too bad. I'm actually going to rip off these other 3 here. Get it to 800. So I don't usually like to do that. Sometimes when I'm doing a video and I'm like, I'm not going to remember either to go back in and get buy orders, or I don't want to place a bunch of buy orders while making a video. I'll do that if the two prices are close. If this was like 900 on the buy now and 763 on the put in buy orders, obviously I wouldn't do that. Even at 822, 763, I'm not willing to do it. But under 800, I was willing to right there, because right now, at 81, his quick sell is 600. If he goes to 82, it's 900. And if he goes to 83, which is what I'm projecting, his quick sell is 1200. So I can quick sell Bieber right after this tomorrow if I'm right about my +2, which I feel pretty good about. Staying in the Central, another starter who's been amazing this year, one of the few bright spots on my favorite team, is SKUBAL. He's been incredible. He's another gem from the Player of the Month program. He pitched well the day the Player of the Month came out on Tuesday, just adding one more sprinkle on top of his great period. 0.9 walks per 9 this period, which was just 1 walk, I think, or 2, and 5.6 hits per 9. That will drive his update here. Now, he hasn't been inept with strikeouts, but he hasn't been missing quite as many bats. I think part of that is kind of the way he is working this year. He's focused on cutting his homers, pounding the zone, and taking outs where he can get them, not always going for the big strikeout. Now, mind you, his strikeout rate hasn't gone down that much. It's from 9.9 to 9.6 from last year. From 9.9 last year to 9.6 this year. So it hasn't like plummeted. But you can see when you watch him that he's like not chasing strikeouts. They're kind of coming based on the fact that he's just awesome. So he had a little bit of a strikeout lull at the beginning of the year. Pretty much since May started, SKUBAL's strikeouts have been back on track with 50 in his last 45 innings. In April, he only had 20 in 20 2/3, which, a strikeout per inning is not bad, but it's not dominant in today's game. So that was a 8.7 K9, and then what did I say, 50 in 45 innings? That's 10. So not that much difference, but 10 is more impactful number there. Once you're in the double digit per 9, that's when you really start to move your K9 number. And just like Bieber, SKUBAL will need a strikeout surge if he's going to get diamond. So right now I think he goes 83. He can be in that 83, 84 range, but to really push diamond, we need to see those Ks keep going up. And then one more gold to gold before we get into a bunch of new golds. This guy, man, we left him for dead, and I get it. He looked terrible. Marcus Semien, I mean, couldn't have been worse for a while there. Look at that supercharge. That is hot. He was just impossibly bad. A lot of it, though, and I'm on record on this, so I'm not trying to rewrite history and be like, no, dude, I totally thought he was going to be fine. No. It's not even that I thought he was going to be fine. But a lot of it looked like standard new contract pressing, where you're just like trying to earn your contract off rip and be like, I'm worth this money, let me hit 50 million homers, and you're pressing and nothing was going right, and it was spiraling and building on itself, and it was a standard cold streak. And what I mean by that is just, you see them all the time from players, ebbs and flows, and they come out of it. I didn't see anything fundamentally wrong with Semien to suggest that, like, oh, he's trash now, this contract's going to be a failure. So he's gotten hot. I still think he's going to end up with like 20 homers, I think he's still going to end up with like a 2020 season. And he's now up to 6 homers. I think he has 10 steals, so maybe 20 steals is underselling him. But he's back on track. I got a 3-point boost here. He hit 339 with 6 homers, 7 steals, 11% K rate, 9% walk rate this period, 66 plate appearances. And you can see his price reflects the jump that he is set to get. I said I got him going up to 83. Yeah, that's, I mean, quick sell for 83 is 1,200. So you can't really get in right now unless you think he's going back to diamond. I mean, 84 you could still quick sell if you put in a bunch of buy orders. Let's say you got a bunch at 900, you quick sell for 15, 600 profits, not bad. But I've only got him going to 83 tomorrow, which is a +3. Maybe he goes to 84. I don't think he gets all the way back to diamond just yet. Now, some new golds. Let's get back into the starting pitching realm. Let's talk about my NL Cy Young pick, Sandy. My boy Sandy. Now, I will tell you, I think you might have seen earlier when I showed my orders, I've been selling my Sandy shares right now because this price is through the roof, and I don't think he's going diamond tomorrow. I do think he'll eventually go diamond, but I think tomorrow he goes to an 83. I got 79 to 83, so +4. 22 strikeouts, 2 walks in 15 innings this period. I think that's going to get a healthy boost. I got 4 points. I think 3 to 4 points, maybe up to an 84 even. Maybe they push him right up to the cusp and then say another good period and he'll go diamond. I love Sandy, but this profit is just too much to turn down. I mean, I bought my Sandy shares day one, you know, or very early. Obviously, day one prices are running high, but like that first week was when I was collecting my Sandy shares. Even if you got in a couple weeks ago, back down when it was like about 300-400, you're still getting a massive profit off of this. So I'm taking the profit right now. If he goes 85 tomorrow, hits diamond, and I lose out on like 300 stubs per, that's fine. You can't go broke taking profit, y'all. You just can't. By the way, he looked really good tonight. Trevor Rogers did. I'm not sure. I mean, we can start investing because it's so cheap. It's going to take him a long time to get to gold, but the changeup looked the best I've seen it tonight all year. So just wanted to pass on that little note on Trevor Rogers. Next up, I mentioned Luis Severino. Next up is back to Cleveland, and we're going to talk about Andres Gimenez. Now, I've talked about on my Boxes and Bowl MLB review show, I'm late to the train here, okay? Some of y'all who've been on the Andres Gimenez train for years, credit to y'all. Tip the old cap. Because I'm late to this party. I used to dog him out. I used to be like, I don't know. I don't think he's that good. What's funny is I say I used to as if it's like years ago. He's only 23. So even when I like wasn't in on him, it wasn't because I thought he was some terrible, never going to amount to anything. I was like, I just don't see anything yet. And I just wasn't buying on like the breakout year. Basically the last 2 years. Last year's fantasy drafts and this year's, people were buying him as a breakout candidate. And I just didn't really see it. I was like, I want to see more before I buy in. But obviously it's smarter to buy in before you see the obvious signs, because then you get him much cheaper. I know that. But he just wasn't one of my guys. Well, I've changed my tune. I'm in. And like I said, better late than never as far as this party goes. I'll never try to take credit as like being in early on him or anything like that. But I got here as fast as I could, and I'm in on the Gimenez breakout. He had a fantastic period. He's having a fantastic season. I don't think he's a stone cold lock to get it this period, only because he hit .714 against lefties, and it was only 8 plate appearances. So, you know, they might be like, well, it was only 8 plate appearances. How much can we move up the contact against lefties? But it is a .714 average. He does have a .371 ISO against righties, though, so that should do the trick. If for some reason he doesn't go gold, he's obviously a hold for gold beyond this, but I really think he goes tomorrow. A veteran out in Colorado can get back to gold tomorrow. I think Charlie Blackmon will get there, in my opinion. He hit .368 against righties, excuse me. I think that should be enough. He did hit .200 against lefties, but it was only 18 plate appearances, so I don't think they're going to kill him for that. I think he'll maybe lose a couple points, maybe go down to like a 69 against contact against lefties, but then the contact against righties should move up quite a bit. Maybe that moves up to 69 as well. They put them both at 69 or something. I do think there's enough for +1 here. Don't overinvest because, you know, if he doesn't get it, we got to wait 2 more weeks, and he's an older guy, and he's been a little volatile in these last few years. But I feel decent enough about it. I did say on the sheet, though, just to be careful. And what I meant by that was, like, don't overinvest. just because of who he is and how much it's based on batting average, which can be very fluky. Let's go back out to the AL Central, talk about Jose Abreu. Now, this is a quick turnaround, y'all. He just lost gold, but I'm putting him back to gold right on the very next update. He's been insane. He hit 390 with 2 homers. He was excellent against lefties, the way he always is. I think he gets it right back. I know it's weird to have to give it to him, to give him gold right after they took it away from him, but if he's deserving, why should the timing matter? This is another quick reversal, and it's Bo Bichette. I think he just lost gold last time out, no? But he hit 366 with a 268 ISO against righties, and that should offset the fact that he was like just okay against lefties, but it was only 10 plate appearances. So I think they're going to focus on the fact that he was good, he was excellent against his bigger weakness, which is righties. Like I said, 366 average, 268 ISO. That should be enough to get Bo right back into gold. This one was surprising to me. I did not realize how well he was doing. And with Kimbrel out, I believe, on paternity leave, maybe, Daniel Hudson's been getting some saves, so that kind of put him into the forefront. You see here, these +4s gets him to 80. This is why I feel really confident about this one. 14.5 K, 0 walks, and 4.2 hits, 9 this period. Relievers always have small period. It's always like 5 or 6 innings. But they got to go off of what they got. You know, you can't punish them because it's a small sample. If you're gonna make these 2-week upgrades, sorry, I didn't mean to smack the mic there. You got to do it off of the data that we have, and the data that we have on Hudson has been excellent. I think he's gold. You might have seen some orders already go through here during this recording in the upper right corner, because I'm trying to get my Daniel Hudson shares. Although I am blocking it, so maybe you didn't see it. But yeah, I am buying Daniel Hudson's like as we speak. I've got 12. Let's just put in for a few more. Let's just do that. But as far as him for fantasy, like getting the saves, I think it's just because Kimbrel is out right now. I would not see this as like, oh, he's going to take over the role. Now, they're going to trust Kimbrel, and I think Kimbrel's been fine, right? I haven't watched as many Dodger games this year because I don't have Walker Buehler or Urias on any teams, and I had a bunch of both last year, so I was consistently watching a lot of Dodgers teams. I do have Mookie Betts, though, on my main event team, so you'd think I would want to watch more of that. But I also go to bed a lot early. That's part of it, too. I got really old this season. I switched my schedule. I used to be a big-time night owl. I guess Kimbrel does have a 4 ERA, which is high for a reliever. But ERA, judging relievers off ERA is always foolish because they have such small samples. He has a 225 FIP, so his core skills are fine. He's not going to lose that job, at least not yet. If he does, it'll take a long time. All right, sorry for that tangent there. I wanted to put in a couple orders. Let's go back to another reliever in the AL Central again and talk about Jhoan Duran. It's not Duran, it's Duran. Just to help all my folks there who want to make sure they get their pronunciations right, like myself. So Duran is what I've been told, and I'm going with it, not Duran. He's been insane all year. 2.5 hits and walks this period should get him to gold. He's obviously a hold for gold if he doesn't get there. I mean, he's got a long shot diamond capability this year too. So, you know, I just sold about 5 or 6 of them just to get, honestly, I think it was yesterday I sold them because I needed some stubs to place some more orders. But then I had a bunch of stuff go through, and so I got my bankroll back up a little bit because I got a bunch of stuff invested. I need stuff to come through tomorrow because I got like, I mean, I could liquidate about 250,000, but as you can see, I only got 33 right now. So I've been a little light on my bankroll this year. I've been playing as much MLB. I've been obsessed with OOTP, but I got these Duran shares literally for pennies. I mean, I bought him as a common, so I'm probably gonna hold out. You know, if he goes gold tomorrow and the price starts to rise, maybe I'll sell like 4 more, but I'm gonna hold these 25, the other 25 for the rest of the season pretty much, and try to ride out diamond because I do think he's got a great shot at it. Now, the rest of these are silver to silver plus a few bronze to silver types here, setting up our next potential golds. Let's go back to the Yankees, talk about another starter of theirs, Jameson Taillon. Now, it looks like the market thinks he's going to go gold because quick sell price on gold is 300. They got him there. But I don't think so. I think he's going 78 to 79, just +1, 5.9K. And that's why I think it might mitigate the gold. 0.5 walks and 5.6 hits. That's great this period. And that's why I think he should get at least a +1. But he's already great in the walk rate. And so you're really only looking at the hit rate going up a decent bit. The K rate is the problem. Now, I don't think the Ks will prevent him from getting gold at some point this year, especially if he keeps suppressing hits. I do think it could present a challenge though, especially if he doesn't go up to 79 tomorrow. Once he gets at 79 though, he's right there on the cusp. Obviously a strikeout spike would really help. That would be the easiest way for TAILLON to go up. But for now, we will take the hit and walk suppression. Let's go out to my body comp here on Cleveland and talk about Triston McKenzie, who I've got going +1. Not enough Ks for gold tomorrow. 7.4 Ks this period, but 2.5 walks, 4.3 hits. I think that'll get him to 79. He needs a strikeout spike to get the gold. He's got the talent to get it. We've seen the strikeouts before. I just don't think it's coming tomorrow. This guy has surprised me this year in a negative way, unfortunately. I thought Logan Webb was like an emerging ace, where he was just going to be great this year. No questions asked. He's been fine, but he hasn't been great. This run has been great, though. 11.4 K, 1.4 walks, and 5.7 hits. Remember, those are all per nines. Not quite enough for gold, though. I think this period will get him back to a 79, and then they'll say, okay, do it 2 more weeks, and then we can get you gold. If you're able to do that. So either way, I'm going to be invested just in case I'm wrong and he does go gold tomorrow. But I think he is going to be more of a 79 for tomorrow's update. And one thing I did notice, because I got asked about this in my chat at Fangraphs every Wednesday, by the way, 1 o'clock Central. They said, have you noticed that all the Giants starters have much better ERA indicators like FIP and Sierra and xERA than their actual ERA? It's like, that can't be coincidence, right? So I looked it up. Not coincidence. Their defense sucks. And I didn't realize that. They have like one of the league's worst defenses. Everyone always talks about Phillies, but San Francisco's is bad too. And it has hurt Logan Webb a little bit. He's got a 3.82 ERA, but a 3.25 FIP. Now that doesn't do anything for his strikeouts. His strikeout rate is way down this year by two full strikeouts per 9. That's a big dip from 9.6 to 7.6. So you can't blame the defense for that. That's where he has disappointed me, but he's still been good. So I don't want to pretend like he's some slug and I drafted him and I'm like, oh God, I got to cut him off my fantasy team. I just thought he was going to be kind of an unquestioned ace, and he's been a really solid number 2 for fantasy. Next up, back to the AL Central yet again. They're getting a lot of love this time. With the Twins, we will talk about a favorite of mine, Gio Urshela, and he'll be right there on the cusp. I got him for 79. He's been great against righties, which is his weakness. 351 average with 2 homers. I think that will get the +1, and then another good 2 weeks can get him to gold. But I think just 79 this time. This one is a bummer, y'all. Oh, I'm so bummed. Tyler Stevenson is out 4 to 6 weeks. So if he doesn't get it tomorrow, you can get rid of him or just hold and ignore him because nothing's happening for a while. The problem is only 1 homer and a 114 ISO. That's why I don't think he gets gold this period. 341 average. I think that should get him a +1. But as you can see here, +16s only gets him to an 81. So he would need a pretty healthy boost to even get to 80. And that's my concern, is I just don't think there's enough heat there to quite get him to 80 this period. And then, like I said, with the injury now, it's totally goofed. I'm pulling up the numbers real quick just to see his batting average split. So he hit 421 against lefties, so that really helps. But it was only 21 plate appearances. Well, that's actually not too bad. Never mind, I shouldn't say it like that. For a single 2-week period, 21 is actually pretty good. A lot of guys have like 6 plate appearances. So 421 in 21 plate appearances, that might be enough for like a pretty substantial boost. He did hit 280 against righties. That won't get a boost, but it shouldn't get a decline. The 1 homer did come against righties, but that's not going to get any sort of boost. I'm trying to see. I've got it. I've got it. I'm pivoting, y'all. I'm going to give him a fringe gold call here. I'm not gutsy enough to fully commit to it and say he is definitely getting gold. But I'm going to say that there's a better chance than I thought because he has a 15% strikeout rate this period. So they could boost that vision. And because he is out, I wonder if maybe they would not fudge it. I don't want them to do something that a player doesn't deserve, right? I'm never calling for that. What I'm saying is maybe they could be a touch more aggressive and say, okay, normally we would give the 14% K rate like a 5-point boost. But because he's hurt and he's been playing pretty well all year, don't forget, he's been awesome this year. But because of that, we'll give him 8 points, if that puts him to gold or something. So let's call him a 79.5. The one thing I would say, though, the reason I don't think this changes much is I still don't think you should go out and invest a bunch, because if I'm wrong, then you're sitting on a bunch of T-step shares for 7 weeks. So I am a little bit more interested, or a little bit more in the camp that he can get gold this period. I still don't think it's investable, though. So don't mean to get your hopes up there. I just don't want y'all holding on to a bunch of shit that you can't use. So that's the main reason. If you want to get in still, based on my hunch that there's at least a chance he can go gold, by all means. But I'm advocating against it just because if I'm wrong, you're holding the bag for too long. Jason Adams, our next guy, I got him going up to a 79. The problem is he only reinforced his strengths. His hit and Ks were great, and he still had a walk problem. He needs a good period of low walks to get gold. But he has, well, shit. Right as I'm saying that, I'm realizing that +2 hit and +2 K got him to gold. Fucking, I'm pivoting. I'm going Jason Adams gold. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Hang on, y'all. I gotta do this live. I'm putting, now after seeing that Jason Adams got to 80 with +2 hit and +2 K on inside edge, I'm now upgrading him to a gold call. An official gold call. I got to do it because, I mean, that's such a small boost and it got him there, and I'm not even projecting him for a huge boost tomorrow, but if that's all it takes, then I do think he's going to get there. So had to pivot there and do that midstream. So I say midstream. I'm not streaming right now. I mean midstream, like in the middle of doing something. Confusing when you're just recording a video and not actually on Twitch right now. All right, next starter is Tony Gonsolin for the Dodgers. He's been awesome. Market likes him quite a bit. I don't know if I agree with the market, though, because, well, actually, I'm certain I don't. Because this would call for an 82 to 84 area, and that's huge. I've got him going up to a 79. I've only got 2 points. If he keeps the walks in check, and he only had 0.8 BB9 this period, which is amazing, but this was his first like really excellent walk period. But if he keeps the walks in check, he's going to go gold. But this price right now, was he supercharged recently? Maybe he was supercharged and I missed it, because this price is whack. I'm sorry, like I don't understand this price. I really don't. So I don't know. If you already have Gonsolin, hang on. But actually, if you already have Gonsolin, you should sell at this price. I've only got one, so that doesn't apply to me. Next up is, oh, here, our first bronze to silver. And it will be a Dodger. Do you want to guess who? Go ahead and guess. You were right. It is Alejandro Kirk. Or you were wrong. It's Alejandro Kirk. I got him going up to a 79. I got him putting right on the cusp of gold. He has a 486 average and 4 homers this period. Could even get gold if they go super aggro. That's what I put in the comment. So there you go. Like Alejandro Kirk. Now, Danny Jansen went down again with an injury. Kirk's playing all the time. They called up Gabriel Moreno. Or I think it's just Moreno because there's no tilde over the end. I always mess that up. But it's not going to affect Kirk. Kirk is the full-time guy right now, and when he doesn't catch, he's going to DH. He's awesome. If he doesn't go gold this period, he's an easy hold for gold. And because he's such a good hitter, I wouldn't even rule out a summer diamond. It will take a while. Let me be clear. If you're investing for Diamond, be prepared to wait like into August perhaps. It's going to take some time because he's really got to show that power. But he's definitely going gold next period if he doesn't go this period. I mean, if he hits well. I shouldn't say definitely, because if he hits 200, he's not. You know what I mean, though. If he goes to 79 this period, which is what I have him at, he's an easy hold for gold, and I'm not going anywhere with Alejandro Kirk. All right. Go back to the Rays. Starting pitcher. Old Jeff Springs here. I got him going up to a 78. The 1.6 BB9 will carry his upgrade, while the 9.5K and 8.5 hits are fine. So 9.5K, that's not going to get upgraded based off of 73, and 8.5 hits 9. He shouldn't get downgraded, but it's not getting upgraded either. 7.5 or 8.5 hits 9 is worse than a 75. But I don't think they're going to downgrade it, because I don't think they're going to move that aggressively. Because an 8.5 hits 9, you're like a couple good innings from being like 6 hit 9, which is really good. So I think they'll just leave that neutral. They'll upgrade the BB9 a good bit. I think that should go into like the low 80s, and that should be enough for like 2 points. Another starter, another lefty, back to the Dodgers. Can you guess who? Easily, because he's the only lefty that's pitching for them. Well, Arias, but Tyler Anderson here. I've got going 76 to 78. He could use a K spike to really solidify gold, obviously. And let's see here. The walks and the hits should be enough to get there, to get to 78 this week. And then he could, this is like TAILLON. He could get to gold without a strikeout boost. But it's a lot easier if you just get a bunch of strikeouts. And he does have strikeout stuff, believe it or not. I think a lot of us probably think of Tyler Anderson as like a soft-tossing lefty. He was on the Pirates and the Rockies. Who's this guy? But no, he's like a pretty solid pitcher. And even as somebody who's never been super dominant, he's always had a good swinging strike rate. 12% for his career. He's at 15% this year. So the strikeouts are there. I think he just needs a little bit of a boost during the right period where he strikes out like 11 per 9 for 2 weeks, and then that'll get him there. But either way, he's a hold for gold. I like him for a boost this week, and I'm going to hold through that boost. Back to the Jays, fan favorite, I believe, at least from the Jays fans I know, Santiago Espinal. He's already a silver, and he's working his way to gold now, folks. I got him going up 2 points to 78. Success versus righty will help his biggest weakness, 61-34 against righties. He does need more to push gold, but he is a fringe hold for gold. The reason he's a fringe is because he just doesn't have a lot of power, so you're betting a lot on batting average, and that's always a little dicey. So I do like him. I do think you can invest in Espinal for gold, but don't go crazy with it because you are still at the mercy of his batting average. I already talked about William Contreras. Let's talk about this guy. I'm going to take an L on this guy, at least for right now. We'll see how it is at the end of the season. But I was so out on Kyle Farmer after his surge last year. I was like, oh, come on, dude. That surge. The reason I didn't like it, okay? He's a 31-year-old journeyman, and his big surge last year was a 91 WRC+. He was still below league average, and that was his breakout. So I was just like, come on. And the main reason I didn't like him was because I thought he was going to take Jose Barrero's spot, who is their up-and-coming shortstop. But then Barrero got hurt, so it's not Farmer's fault he got hurt. So I got nothing against him. I just think he's kind of a standard utility fielder. But he is running hot again, just like he did last summer. And I do think it's going to be enough for a nice boost. I got him going up to a 77, which now I am reconsidering a little bit. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it at 77, but I'm seeing that he needs plus 15s to get there, at least against righties, which obviously not everything has to be against righties. In fact, he's only going to get a little contact boost against righties. The bulk of this jump should come against lefties, against whom he hit 600 with 4 homers. The problem is, though, he's only strengthening his weaknesses. His strength, I'm sorry. He's strengthening his strengths because he's already great against lefties. So that's why I don't have him going to gold. I do think there's enough here to get him to the 77. Let's call it like 15, well, maybe not 15. Let's say 11-point contact boost against righties, and then 8 against lefties in contact, but then like 12 to 15 points in power against lefties. So that should be like a 77, 78. He can go gold, but I'm not investing in him, guys, because I still just don't really believe in him as anything more than like a league average player, which is fine, okay? I've been very anti-Kyle Farmer, and I feel bad about that because, like, I've been kind of going in for maybe a little needlessly, and I think it's because I just love Jose Barrero. But he's hurt right now, so he can't even play. Who knew this guy was such a power hitter? He blasted a homer off Garrett Cole tonight, even though that's not really his strength. But Luis Ariz is a base hit machine. He has no pop, and that's why I don't think he can really go gold. I know he has 2 homers this year, and he only hit 2 all of last year. So he's shown a little bit more pop. But the bottom line is he has no homers this period. And another big issue working against him is he's not improving his weaknesses. He hit 182 against lefties, but 429 against righties. So I got to be honest, even my 2-point boost might be a little aggressive. I think he is more in line for 1 point. So I gave him 2 in the book. I will count that. That is the official mark. And if I take the L, I take the L. But I think it's more like 1 point right now based on what I'm looking at in his profile. Next up, this guy is just a pure hitter. And that's Garrett Cooper, man. Dude can just swing it. Like, he is just seriously such a good hitter, and I don't think he gets enough love for it. He's just kind of a, you know, ho-hum, 31-year-old, no real defensive position, can kind of bounce around to the 4 corners, left, right, first. Well, maybe not third, maybe not all 4 corners, but you get my point. But all he does is hit. This period, he hit 422, including a 447 against righties with 2 homers. So I think he's going to get a nice little boost across the board here. I got him going up to a 76. It might be even closer to a 77, but either way, it sets up a gold potential. He does hit well enough to be gold. So I'm going to go ahead and declare Garrett Cooper a hold for gold. I didn't put it on the sheet originally, but I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I think he can go gold. Let's go back out to the Cubs. We got 2 more players, this guy and 1 more. Christopher Morel. Cubs fans, did you know about this guy coming into the year? Because I was unaware. I had to learn about him quickly, and he has really impressed me. I got a fat boost for him here. I got him going up to a 75. This is a big call, but I think they got to play a little bit of catch-up because he's just been elite. 298 average, 905 OPS in 97 plate appearances this year. I think they just got to give him some nice love across the board, get him into a silver, and then say, okay, if you can do this for another, month, then you can go gold type of deal. And then the last guy, we go back to the Marlins. And a fan favorite in MLB The Show, Jorge Soler. He's getting hot again, as he's wont to do. He's very cold. When he's cold, it seems like I could strike him out. When he's hot, Peak Pedro can't get him out. It's like one of those guys. He just goes so ice cold like you wouldn't believe, and then unbelievably hot you couldn't even fathom. He's currently hot, though. 3 homers, 372 ISO against righties. That should get him back into silver. Can he go gold? He can, but it's too volatile of a profile for me to want to bet on too much. The price is good enough to give it a shot. I guess from that standpoint, he can't really hurt you, but just keep your expectations tempered, okay? Because you could be waiting a long time, and you know how volatile he can be. So there it is, 40 names. We got 3 new diamonds: Pete Alonso, Aaron Nola, Rafael Devers, and then 9 new golds because I added Jason Adams. So 9 new golds, plus a bunch of 79s and 84s who are going to be on the cusp, and they're going to be our next golds and diamonds. So again, my apologies that this is late. Did Ohtani just go yard and help himself out? I think he did. He sure did. Let's go, baby. 2-run homer for Ohtani. Let's go. He's going to do it all himself tonight. He's going to pitch and hit to break this streak. Anyway, apologies again for this being late. I will commit no later than Wednesday for the rest of the season. They should be Monday, Tuesday, though. And I just went through, and at least based on the every other week schedule, I know sometimes they change, I put in reminders in my calendar for every update now, just so that I get a reminder on Sunday, like, hey, don't forget it's update week, because like I said, this week I did legit forget. I just legit didn't realize. I was like, it's update week. Oh my God. So my apologies there, but like I said, there's still margins on these guys. Even if you're watching this Friday morning, you can get some investments in. So Thank you so much for watching. I will be doing the Twitch review, 2 p.m. Central on Friday the 10th. If you want to come out and watch that, twitch.tv/Sporer. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and good luck investing.